ティです。このチャンネルはカナダトロント郊外から日本時間の月水金に配信しています。動画最後の今日のスティーブも見てね。初めて見る方へ CD の経歴ざっくりとどうぞ。シンディカナダ始まるよ。今日のトピックは
Mr. President, you mentioned gasoline, and the specific statistics are on election day, it was $2.20 a gallon national average, according to the Department of Energy. Right now, it's $3.11. That's a massive move incredibly quickly since election day. I want to ask you about inflation, though, more broadly, because you did business in the 1970s, the last time the U.S. saw really aggressive inflation. A lot of people, if they're young, have never operated in that kind of environment in America. What does this portend for Americans, this new Biden inflation spike?
Well, it's going to be ugly. When you look at the cost of a house, just the materials for a house, it's up 30 or 40% in the last few months, especially lumber. Lumber, they say you can't even get it. Perhaps they're closing down all their forests for environmental reasons. I disagreed with that. I said, let's buy our lumber from ourselves. So we go to Canada, and Canada's they are very good negotiators in Canada. I did the USMCA, which was one of the great achievements because NAFTA was so bad. It was so horrible. The worst trade deal ever made. Although the deals they made with China were pretty bad too, I will tell you that. But the worst trade deal ever made. And I got it done. So we have a great trade deal now, but they close up forests. They don't want to take down any trees, so we end up buying them from other countries. And the lumber's gone through the roof. The lumber, I guess, as much as anything, but everything, steel. You look at what's going on with pricing, and obviously, you're going to have inflation. Gasoline is going to stop at $6, $7, I think, based on what I'm seeing. We were energy independent when I left, and right now I would have to say we are no longer energy independent. We're putting windmills all over the place, which cost a fortune, which, by the way, if you're a believer in the carbon footprint and all of the other things, when they make these windmills, which are all made in China and Germany, by the way, they're all made in China, Germany. We don't do them here. They put them together. We put them together here. We don't make them here. What goes into the air when they make them is more than anything that can ever be saved. Well, we're here, if you're a believer in that. Okay, some people are and some people aren't, but we have windmills all over the place. They ruin the environment, they kill the birds, and they cost a fortune. We have natural gas, costs us nothing. Actually nothing, they burn it off. When you're looking at all of those flames on top of the wells, that's natural gas that they burn off, they throw away. And we have it for nothing. Other countries don't have that. We have it for nothing, the richest in the world. And we want to give that away. For windmills, you look at some of these beautiful farms where they have windmills all over the place, and you look at these incredible landscapes, and now they're putting them in parts of Massachusetts where a lot of people aren't so happy about it. And has a lot of negative impacts. I'm not a big fan of wind. It's very, very expensive. If you see what happened in Texas where they actually froze up on them, got a little cold and they froze. Now, we have tremendous resources, and solar is going to get better, but it's very expensive right now. Wind has a place, but it's got a much smaller place. What they're doing, you put them in industrial areas maybe, but to put them all over these incredible landscapes of our country, they're destroying our country.
Sure. I think that Texas situation was a wake-up call for a lot of people if it could happen in energy-rich Texas, right?
Especially in Texas, because they have so much and it's for nothing. I mean, they literally are burning it off. It costs nothing. He was giving me an analogy that natural gas is 1 cent per however they measure it. Wind is 50 cents and 55 cents. Solar is 56 cents. So here we have it for 1 cent, but it's probably almost nothing. Delivery is probably the biggest thing. We have it. It's there. It's a natural byproduct. We have it. Wind is so much more expensive.
Sure.
And remember this, when those windmills, after 10 years, they have to be replaced, and they start to rust and rot. And you go out to Palm Springs, California, and you take a look at those wind farms out there. They look like junkyards.
Right.
It's really a terrible thing, and somebody led this country. I had it slowed down, but now they're really gearing up to do a lot of wind, and that's not a good thing.